Welcome to the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center in Sugarland, Texas. It's the ISHL on the Legacy Sports Network, and tonight we have a South Division showdown between the second place Memorial West Whalers and the third place Ridge Point Panthers. Good evening, everybody. Michael Silvers along with David Feliciano. Delighted to have you with us. There are just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season, and playoff positioning is beginning to shape up around the league with seeding for the postseason tournament up for grabs. In the South Division tonight, Ridge Point comes in 4 points behind second place Memorial West, and both teams are scorching hot. The Panthers have won 4 straight, and the Whalers have racked up 5 wins in a row, Dave.
Similar seasons for both squads. Memorial a better record at 26 points, 12-3-2, but Ridge Point more goals, more explosiveness, 25 more goals just about than Memorial, but they're both chasing Strake Jesuit in their first season, 18-0. The South is hot.
The Panthers are coming in off a 3-1 win over Cinco Ranch in a game where they only had 8 skaters available, 7 for about half the game before a late arriving Charlie Blake came on and scored what would be the 3rd goal of the game. Meanwhile, the Whalers Friday shut out Fair Creek 6-0 with their leading scorer, freshman Nathan Horn, picking up his 5th hat trick of the season.
And he's going to be a great player for this program, as we talked about. 27-7, 34 points, only a freshman, but a little subplot tonight, no Horn sighting this evening.
We're just getting started here from the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center. When we return, we'll count you down to face off with the scratches, the starting lineups, and the goaltending matchup. It's all straight ahead as we continue here on the Legacy Sports Network.
Community Credit Union is just a better place. What's in a name? A name can tell you a lot about a company. Take First Community Credit Union, for example. First Community Credit Union is just a better place to bank. They serve the families and businesses in the Houston, Katy, and Fort Bend communities. They take pride in the name First and want to be the one you look to, well, first, because they've been a leader in the financial community for the past 50 years. With services like free checking, free bill pay, and a free Visa check card, as well as great rates on auto, mortgage, equity loans, and credit cards. First Community Credit Union promises to make a first-rate financial difference in your life. Find out why FCCU is just a better place to bank. Think First. First Community Credit Union. See what your friends, co-workers, and neighbors have been keeping a secret all these years. For more information, go online to fccu.org or call 281-856-5300 today.
Bonfire Wings is a neighborhood-based, fast casual counter service restaurant. Bonfire Wings specializes in 12 unique flavors of hot wings. Traditional favorites like gumbo and boudin are mainstays. They boast wing sauces with creative names such as Cajun Mojo, Garlic Parmesan, Spicy Creole, Insanely Hot, the award-winning and top seller Honey Barbecue, Hot Lemon Pepper, and Sweet Heat. 2 Houston area locations including in North Shore on Wood Forest Boulevard. Bonfire Wings, genuine Creole, uniquely Cajun.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric will show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
Lockwood Funeral Home in Houston, Texas blends traditional values with modern ideas to honor the individual spirit. We'll guide you through the process of planning a funeral or cremation from start to finish, meeting your needs and honoring your family traditions and personal preferences. We're here in your time of need. Lockwood Funeral Home has been serving the Houston community for over 50 years, and we have burial and cremation packages available for you and your family. Give us a call at 713-633-1421 or visit our website at lockwoodfuneralhome.net.
Are you?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center. Let's run down the scratches for tonight's game for head coach Eric Gould and the Ridge Point Panthers. Scratch Brent Kasich, Jeb Gould, Brock Cote, and Zayed Ibrahim. And the goaltender Brooke Boltina, she is injured for the rest of the season. For Memorial West, under acting head coach Taylor Mullen, Stephen Santini still out due to a day job conflict. Max Swanson, Nathan Horn, their leading scorer, Simeon Nikulin, Samuel Dumont are all scratched from tonight's game. The referees are Carl Sasson and Paul Wilkinson. The linesmen tonight are Dan O'Sullivan and George Lahaki. Let's get the keys to tonight's game. They're presented by First Community Credit Union. Think First.
Well, normally I think this would be a pretty close game on paper, but Nathan Horn, as Mike said, not playing tonight, a scratch. Their leading scorer. Other folks on the Whales going to have to pick up the slack. They really need to improve their power play. For such a good team, they have a surprisingly bad power play, only 17%. But on the other side, they kill power plays very well, and probably the best goaltending in the league as well. So that's on their side. Ridge Point, I think the advantage tonight, they got most of their staff. They got Stafford and the Blake brothers. They score 6 goals a game. Lean on those guys. Pretty good power play, 42%. I got to give the advantage to Ridge Point this evening.
Let's get the starting lineups out of the way. They are presented by the walk-up company, the Metal Fabricators. For the Ridge Point Panthers, who are 10-5-2 on the season. Starting at forwards will be Charlie Blake, Drew Blake, and Elon Schmoish. On the blue line, Mauro Rositi and Nolan Boltina. For head coach Taylor Mullen and the Memorial West Whalers, 12-3-2, 26-point second in the South Division. Starting lineups up front will be Nathan House and Ryan Burgess Jimenez. He's hoping, Mullen is, that Caden Jake Hetman will be able to skate tonight. He was having an equipment issue. He is the intended third forward on the opening line for the Whalers. On defense, Andrew Warren and Finnegan Duty. Here's the goaltending matchup. We've got Kai Weaver, the sophomore, in net for Ridge Point. He is 5th in the ISHL with a 3.93 goals against average and an .853 save percentage. He's 6-4-2 on the season. Meanwhile, Ryan Valdiviso, sophomore in net for Memorial West. He's 5-2-1 on the year with a 1.98 goals against and a .933 save percentage.
Valdiviso, the red man. Red pads among the best in the league, and Weaver getting better. We've seen a lot of him. The GAA's up around 4, but again, I think he's getting a lot of time in the net and getting better each week.
And so the teams get ready for
it is senior night, and Ridge Point has 3 seniors on their roster. Andrew Blake, Nolan Boltina, Elon Schmoish. We've called their games their entire career. And congratulations to them on to bigger and brighter things.
I gotta find another double line cord.
Memorial West will skate in green, and they will attack from left to right here in this first period. Ridge Point in white, they'll attack from right to left. Dave, only 4 points separate these two in the standings. Talking with Eric Gould, the head coach of Ridge Point, with his upcoming schedule, including unbeaten streak on Sunday morning, he seems pretty settled in with the idea that his team's going to be the 3rd seed and will host the 6th seed in the playoffs in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you don't want to face Jesuit in the first round, and neither of these teams will. So they're in good shape for that. No one wants to drop to 4th, but that will not happen. So it looks like second and third in the South pretty much locked in.
Memorial West currently in second place. Now, if they can remain in second place at the conclusion of the regular season, they will get a first-round bye. The top 2 teams in each division get a first-round bye in the postseason. Opening face-off, and we are underway. Memorial West got it quickly into the Panthers zone, but then they're able to clear it down. It's backhanded in deep by Charlie Blake, who goes after it and grabs it in the left wing corner, hassled by 2 Whalers, as a 2-on-2 scrum at the start of tonight's game, deep in the Whaler end. Whalers are without their top scorer, Nathan Horn, who came into this week 5th in the ISHL in goals. Here comes the outlet, and it is sent in by the Whalers. Dagan couldn't keep it alive, so he ends up turning it over in the Panthers zone. They'll skate it out with Nolan Boltina charging in from left to right to the slot. Puck was poked away from him, but it comes back to Drew Blake, who shoots from the high slot. That one is blocked. A shot from up top is loose. It careens into the right wing corner for a slap pass towards center by Drew Blake. Tipped away by Valdivieso. A lead pass is intercepted and picked off in the neutral zone by Nolan Boltina, and he'll steer it in, drop it back to Charlie Blake, who skates along the blue line. Wrist shot is blocked into the left wing corner. Ridge Point's averaging over 6 goals a game as Valdivieso falls on a loose puck.
Really good first line for Ridge Point, first shift. Got a couple of shots, held possession for about a minute in the Whaler zone.
This is the second and final meeting of the regular season between the Panthers and the Whalers. They first met back on November 2nd and played to a 5-5 tie. Memorial West cleared the zone. Nolan Boltina goes rink wide and coming in for a shot that goes wide. Steered around the boards. Here's Hetman. Caden Jake Hetman, sophomore, with 9 goals and 12 assists for the Whalers. Kimmel. With a shot that goes wide to the right wing corner. Ryan Burgess-Jimenez at the half wall. Puck backhanded, and it steered it away by Weaver. Down in the corner. Pass careens towards the slot. Intercepted by Ridge Point. And they will skate it out with Boltina to the neutral zone. Ardolino falls down at the Ridge Point blue line. Nathan Ruhr, check that. Boltina. Burgess-Jimenez up top for Ardolino. Taken away by Ridge Point. 2:25 gone by. And across the line, Boltina. Poked from him. Shot towards Valdivieso, and a stop made by the sophomore netminder.
The Whalers are missing Horn. It's just not a lot of offensive rush. They got a little bit of traffic down in the Ridge Point zone. Not much, no shots. Ridge Point controlling things early on.
Kean Stafford on the ice to begin this shift in the offensive zone. And the lefty has a shot blocked on his wrist shot bid. He has 4 hat tricks on the season and is second in the ISHL in points per game. He steers the centering pass from the left wing corner that careens to behind the net, and it goes in. In behind Valdivieso, Ridge Point has scored the game's first goal. Charlie Blake will be credited with the goal for Ridge Point.
Well, Blake just manning himself right on the post. And often you're going to get a loose puck there and you can slam it home. And Blake, the number 3 scorer on Ridge Point, that's goal number 12. That was just a solid first line with Stafford and the Blake brothers.
Go back to November 12th and that 5-5 tie. Drew Blake had a hat trick for Ridge Point. Kean Stafford scored twice. Nathan Horn and Samuel Dumont each scored a pair for Memorial West, and Cade and Jake Hetman had the other goal in a game in which the Panthers outshot the Whalers 51-28 in a game that featured 3 lead changes. Steered to the corner by Valdivieso. Picked up there by Stephen Corbeil. Here's House. turned over and slapped into the corner by Charlie Blake. Stafford in behind, tries a centering pass, and then Charlie Blake finds the loose puck, but Valdiviso strong inside the blue paint. Gets a whistle with 3:31 gone by.
Well, tonight Valdiviso can't drop anything. I mean, the Blake brothers are going to be swarming. They almost had a second goal there. Valdiviso's got to make every save and hold on. No rebounds.
Boltina from the left point. Comes around past Hetman. Sent in deep by Ridge Point. Played up the near boards. And Ardolino leaves it for Duty to backhand into the Panthers zone. It'll be quickly sent back the other way with a saucer pass that goes down the length of the ice, and icing is waved off. Duty stops behind his own net, leads it ahead for Ardolino. Puck rolls out to center ice. Left at the red line. Ryan backhands it towards the blue line, but not in. Comes right back out, and then sent back in to the Whalers zone. Burgess Jimenez strides up the middle of the ice. Leaves it ahead for Hetman. Hetman stick handles, finds Ardolino, and that one blockered away by Weaver. Out the center ice for Hayden Haas to play it. Cross corner with his dump in, but nobody home. Ricochets back for a drive. That is deflected wide. That was a big time shot by Drew Blake as Ardolino dumps it in. And dropping on it, having a little bit of trouble was Weaver.
Yeah.
4:55 gone by. 1-0. Ridge Point on a goal at 2:46, an even strength goal by Charlie Blake. And for the sophomore, that's his 12th goal of the season.
Shots are 5-1 Ridge Point, and with that horn out there, someone on the Whalers is going to have to be the point guard in a way. Bring it up the ice and make something happen.
Shot by the Whalers is kicked out by Weaver. Delivered in deep by Memorial West. Stafford with speed. Races up the middle of the pond. Striding across the red line and in across the Whaler line, but it was tapped away from him. Good defensive play as the puck hops to Valdiviso. That was a good defensive play by Andrew Warren, who stymied Stafford as he came across the blue line.
Yeah, that was a tremendous play. Stafford was full cylinders and one of the best puck handlers in this league, and Warney stuffed him.
Chipped out to center ice. Racing for the puck, Nathan Rohr comes across on an offside. 9:36 to go first period, 1-0 Ridge Point.
Yeah, Ridge Point looking very strong, and that first line, all the damage so far.
Puck floated back in by the Whalers off the stick of Dagan. Lifted back to the point, kept alive by Dagan. To the right wing circle. Stafford couldn't get it out of the zone. Sent in deeper by Dagan. Ridge Point in control. Lead pass hits the right skate of Blake. Careens in across the line. Stafford plays it offside.
One thing nice about tonight, we got full benches on both squads. Last week, our first game, only 1 and 2 on the bench respectively, so we got a full staff, so we should see pretty good activity all night.
Ridge Point coming in off a 3-1 victory over Cinco Ranch. They skated with only 8. Eric Gibson, who we have not yet seen out there on the ice tonight, scored twice in the game. Weaver stopped 24 of 25. Ardolino burrows in, but he's denied as he enters the zone. Dagan chips it back out to center ice, and here comes Elon Schmoish, waiting for a teammate to tag up. Long shot in and out of the glove of Valdiviso. Centering pass, and Schmoish just shot his shot wide from the top of the crease. Azarkoya lost it along the left wing boards, and now Burgess Jimenez burrows in. He's got Hetman striding to the net. Rink wide, and another stop off Hetman's bid by Weaver. Azarkoya along the left wing boards with 8.5 to play. Stick handles past Warren, and he shoots it in to the right wing corner on his dump in, but he shot it in behind the red line, and it's an icing on Ridge Point.
Ridge Point's pressing. They already have 2 offsides. I mean, they're just blazing down the ice. On the other side of things, almost a knock-in. I talked about Valdiviso holding on. Weaver's got to hold on too. He dropped that one.
Face off to the left of Weaver. 8:27 to go. The face off is won by Memorial West. Burgess Jimenez calves in a couple, whacks the side of the crease. And again, Weaver closes the door. 8:22 time remaining, first period, 1-0 Panthers.
We've seen Burgess Jimenez and Ardolino play a lot and very well last couple of weeks. Ardolino, we saw his first goal last Friday.
That was part of a 6-0 win over Fair Creek. Nathan Horn scratched tonight, had a hat trick. Whalers scored 4 shorthanded goals. They went into that game day with only 1 shorty the entire season, and they scored 4 against Fair Creek in the win last week. Valdiviso had a 24-save shutout in the win. Shot from a tough angle, and Burgess Jimenez is denied by Weaver. Ridge Point floated all the way down. It'll roll to Valdiviso, and he'll get the whistle with 7:52 remaining in the first period.
Probably smart to smother that puck. Didn't have any help coming back. Well, really stepping up for the Whalers, Burgess Jimenez. No Horn out there, so Burgess Jimenez has got about 4 of the Whalers' 5 shots.
Stephen Corbeil loses the face-off. Backhand centering pass from below the goal line by Charlie Blake. Gets sent over into the corner. Valerie Cupic couldn't keep possession, but she is able to keep it in the zone. They battle in front of the Memorial West bench. Puck comes free. Shot over the crossbar from Drew Blake. Stafford feeds it in down low. It goes all the way around. It'll be played up by Christopher Kimmel. Another shot and a stick save made by Valdiviso. Puck comes back to Stafford. Finds in the right wing circle one of his teammates. Stafford get it back. Tough angle shot. Valdiviso wasn't sure he had it, but he's able to smother it and gobble it in. Nearly 8 minutes gone by here in the first period. The Panthers up by 1.
Can't have a turnover. And who pounced on that? That was Blake. Charlie Blake, who got a loose puck. And, boy, that was a lot of heat on that one from about 20 feet.
Face off to the right of Valdiviso. Controlled. Lloyd down the boards. They battle there with Dagan and Drew Blake. Blake in possession of 6 hat tricks this season, and he is 3rd in the league in points per game and 5th in the league in total points. Top scorer in the ISHL is Cy Woods' Ryan Kaufman with 61 points. He has 46 goals. Here's Hetman striding in, left wing side, puts on the brakes. Comes back up top, now over for Dagan, off the boards. He'll try to slap one towards goal, redirected, and Weaver with another save. Ridge Point ices it with 6:18 remaining in the first. 1-0 Ridge Point.
Well, sometimes if you're way out, you just put it on net, and there was a ton of traffic, ton of legs in between on that shot, and it did get loose, so almost a goal for the Whalers.
Face-off will come to the right of sophomore netminder Kai Weaver with a 3.93 goals against average. Nolan Boltina puts on the brakes behind his own net, wheels it up the boards for Kean Stafford. Stafford with 27 goals, 17 assists. Sophomore for Ridge Point. Now Charlie Blake, what a backhander. Valdiviso made the save as he came burrowing in. Pass from behind the goal line, intercepted by Ardolino, 2-on-2. Now Burgess Jimenez has that puck in between his skates, and Kean Stafford steers it back from right to left. He plays a centering pass that is paddled away by Valdiviso. Up the boards now, Ardolino in his own end. Goes rink wide, finds Hetman. Hetman will stride in. Onside, Burgess Jimenez. He cuts to the net. A glove save off the Hetman shot by Weaver.
Burgess Jimenez is making a bid tonight. I think it's just a matter of time before he puts one past Weaver. Really solid game early on, and Weaver's saved 7.
Face off to the right of Weaver. Sit down behind the net. House on the forecheck. Up for Brendan Ryan, kept alive at the right point by Duty. Now House with a nice feed, and the shot hit the post from Corbeil. Played up the boards, out to center ice. In the last 5:10 of period number 1. Kimmel chases after it with Haas hot on his trail. Christopher Kimmel steers it to the near boards. Played out to center ice for Corbeil. Ahead for Nathan House. House loses possession. Good piece of defense by Nolan Boltina, one of the 3 seniors tonight being celebrated by Ridge Point. And an offside is called at the Panther blue line with 4:49 remaining in the first period.
It just went over the blue line for an instant, and everybody, there's no way they could have gotten back. That stopped a pretty good drive.
Whalers trailing 1-0. They came into this game on a 5-game winning streak, averaging 4.6 goals per game this season. Our normal head coach, Steven Santini, for the 2nd straight game that we've been here for Memorial West, is out on business. Last week it was Yevgeny Nikulin running the bench for the Whalers. Tonight it is Taylor Mullen and Yevgeny Nikulin. Here's a chance for the Whalers. A pass over for a shot that off the glove and into the mesh. Nathan House, the freshman, almost tied it.
I don't know what happened to the Ridge Point defense. They just got loose there, and it turned into a 2-on-1. Luckily, the shot went high.
Four minutes to go, and they battle in the Whaler zone along the near boards. The 2-on-2 scrum. Puck pitched back out to center ice. Jackson Gross over to Lloyd. He loses possession, falls down on the ice. Gross out of the reach of Blake. Back from Dagan all the way down. Back come Ridge Point. Charlie Blake. Puck floats towards Valdivieso. He sends it to the near corner. Comes back out for a right wing shot from Stafford. And Valdivieso made another save. Hetman lost it at the red line. Got some help from a teammate. Here's Lloyd. Check it. That is Jackson Gross, who's wearing number. Here's Hetman. Hetman, tough angle shot, and he wristed it wide. Now the outlet ahead for Drew Blake, who skates in on a breakaway. Blake shoots, head save by Valdivieso. Big time save by the sophomore. Keeps this game at 1-0 Ridge Point. Here's Burgess Jimenez with a wrist shot. Left pad save by Weaver. The last 2.5 to play. Here comes Stafford in along the left wing boards to the circle. Pass comes all the way out to the neutral zone, and Hetman strides past Valerie Cuppet. It's 1-on-3, and Hetman with a backhander that goes cross corner into the right wing corner. Boltina lifts it back out to center ice. Kimmel at the fence. Now there's Eric Gibson. He had 2 goals in the win last week over Cinco Ranch. Nathan Rohr leaves it in the neutral zone. It'll be carried in by Kimmel, and he is stood up on the play by Stafford. 1:45 to go. Right defense, it's Duty. Plays it off the boards, back into the Ridge Point zone. Held there at left defense, and then a lead pass. And sent in by Gross, by Gibson, I should say. Finnegan Duty. Far boards to the neutral zone for House, and he left it there. Backhanded into the Whalers zone by Haas, but steering back out is Nathan Rohr. Cutting to his left, now drives it on goal. Centering pass, and it's chipped over the crossbar by Finnegan Duty, who is in off his defensive spot.
Well, Whalers, a couple of good possessions. About a minute ago, they knocked it over the net into the net, and that time a good rush left to right and just went right over the crossbar. Whalers are getting close, and I thought they were left for dead after the first half of this period, but they have 8 shots.
Face-off win in the offensive zone. Duty shoots, deflected in front. They battle for it in the slot. It comes back out to the left wing corner. Kimmel sends it in down low. Boltina has it in the last minute of this first period. Duty couldn't keep the zone. Retreats, and then it ricochets off of Brendan Ryan deep into the Whalers zone. Duty back in possession. 45 seconds to go first period. Outlets to House. House couldn't gain the zone. Comes back the other way. Driving in, Drew Blake on Valdiviso, and he backhands it off the side of the net. They battle behind the net. It comes up in front of the net, but Ryan couldn't get a shot off. 25 seconds to go. Kimmel gains the zone, right wing side. Denied on the play. House tries to keep it alive. He does. But now Boltina feeds it ahead off the stick of Stafford just outside of the Whaler blue line. He goes into a skate race with Dagan. 7 seconds to go first period. Shot wide from the left wing side, holding the right wing point. It's Boltina, and he sails it wide at the conclusion of the first period. With the score, Ridge Point 1, Memorial West nothing. This is the Legacy Sports Network.
Bonfire Wings is a neighborhood-based, fast casual counter-service restaurant. Bonfire Wings specializes in 12 unique flavors of hot wings. Traditional favorites like gumbo and boudin are mainstays. They boast wing sauces with creative names such as Cajun Mojo, Garlic Parmesan, Spicy Creole, Insanely Hot, the award-winning and top seller Honey Barbecue, Hot Lemon Pepper, and Sweet Heat. 2 Houston area locations including in North Shore on Wood Forest Boulevard. Bonfire Wings, genuine Creole, uniquely Cajun.
There are only 2 names to know when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate property. Kim Walt and Danette Watuski in Houston with RE/MAX Results are those 2 names. As part of RE/MAX Results, Kim Walt and Danette Watuski make your transaction smooth. RE/MAX Results, #WantToMove. Congratulates all local high school athletes. Their phone number is 713-777-SOLD.
Excellence ER is a 24-hour, 7 days a week emergency room that's mission is to provide top-tier emergency room facilities to regions and communities that have traditionally been undeserved. We strive to bring back the small-town community feel of medicine with all of the modern medical advancements. We're located at 15119 Wallaceville Road, Suite 100 in Houston, Texas. We have a new hospital coming soon to the area called East Houston Medical Center off Wallaceville Road. Visit us online at excellenceer.com. Excellence ER, don't wait.
Second period about to get underway. Michael Silvers and David Feliciano with you, 1-0 on a goal at 2:46 of period number 1 by Charlie Blake.
So that first line, Stafford and Andrew and Charlie Blake, really good period. Ridge Point, 11 shots, and Blake scoring that one off a turnover. Memorial, they came on a little bit in the second half of that period, and Burgess Jimenez among them. He's got about 5 shots, and the goaltending, a little iffy, but it's only 1-0.
How's that space heater working out for you?
Man.
It's a lifesaver, isn't it?
It really is, and I wish it could be bigger, actually.
So you know tomorrow is my 11th wedding anniversary.
Oh, okay, great.
That's what happened today. I misplaced my wedding ring.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like it's her wedding ring where it costs thousands of dollars, but...
Did you find it?
No.
Oh, no.
I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if I may have left it at home or I lost it at work or when I went to CVS to buy her an anniversary card. But all of a sudden, I looked down to my finger and I noticed it wasn't there, and,
Well, find something metal and throw it on there.
Start of the second period. It's a centering pass that goes all the way through in the Panthers zone. House giving chase. Puts a hit on one of the Panthers. Ridge Point sent it all the way down. It took a deflection, so no icing on the play. Here's Charlie Blake leaving it behind the net for Kean Stafford. Stafford centers one. That's deflected wide by Charlie Blake. Into the left wing corner, it's Drew Blake. Looking to go up top to Boltina. Pass is picked off. And here comes Nathan Rohr. Rohr shoots, and he scores! Right over the catching glove of Kai Weaver, and the Whalers tie things up inside the first minute of the second period.
Moore used every inch of the net, just got it in the right corner over the catching glove. Those are hard to pick up, those risers coming off the ice. So that's a big break for the Whalers.
Fourth goal of the season for Nathan Rohr. He is a junior for Memorial West. And at 42 seconds of the second period, it is a 1-1 game as he ties things up. These two played to a 5-5 tie back in November. Puck goes into the Panther zone, then deflects into the Whaler bench.
Last 2 weeks, we've seen the Whalers, the second and third liners, starting to play really well. Ardolino, now Rohr getting goals. These guys don't have a lot of points on the year, but they're contributing.
Puck comes back into the Whalers zone. Be guided there by Andrew Warren to the center zone, past Hetman. And now Mauro Riccitti, who's wearing an old jersey, that of, I believe the name was Zach Lloyd, who has since moved on from Ridge Point. Here's Hetman looking for a centering feed, but that one went high off the stick and out of the reach of Burgess Jimenez. Ridge Point able to clear the zone, and Warren will track it down in his own end. Almost a minute and a half gone by in the first period. The clearing attempt intercepted by Gibson. He will steer it in deep. Cleared by the Whalers. It gets past one of the Panthers, but no icing will be called on the play because he could have played it in the neutral zone. Now is Riccitti. Mauro Riccitti, a junior, still looking for his first goal of the season. Played off the glass, chopped down at center ice, and the puck has been played with a high stick. And there's the whistle from linesman George Lahaki.
You know what we didn't have in that first period? A penalty. And these two teams are among the more gentlemanly in the league. They're not up there in the penalty minutes, so could have a pretty quick and clean game. I haven't seen a lot of real hard hits thus far.
Face-off win in the defensive zone by the Panthers. Pass out of the reach of Boltina. Rohr tries to steer it into the corner. He's got the game-tying goal here early in the second period. And now a 2-on-2 scrum along the near boards. The Panthers work it out to center ice as Charlie Blake denied at the blue line. Here's Corbeil, tracked down defensively by the back-checking Blake, and they both go down as they hit each other hard along the far boards, and a penalty will be called for elbowing.
Well, I jinxed it. That looked a little incidental, but so be it. X on Blake.
And Charlie's going to go. At 2:15 of period number 2, Charlie Blake goes for elbowing. It's Mr. Electric power play, the first of the game. Mr. Electric, we have the power to make things better. Memorial West has the 9th ranked power play. 10 goals on 58 man advantages this season. Here's a shot that is gobbled up by Weaver. Right point shot that came from the freshman Finnegan Duty. Ridge Point is, Dave, 13th in the league, dead last in their penalty kill. They've allowed 10 goals this season. They've scored 3 shorties.
Oh, sorry, just saying that this is a good opportunity for Ridge Point to get ready for the playoffs on this power play.
Shot into the glove and out of the glove. They battle at the side of the net. Puck now comes back to Finnegan Duty, holding the right point. He shoots. That one deflected off the side of the net in front. Here's another chance on the feed from Corbeil, but Rohr couldn't get on the back end of it. In the corner, now played up the boards for Kimmel. Kimmel down to Rohr, past him along the inboards. Now it's Boltina who will steer it up the boards, and Stafford will clear it out. We're played at the center circle by Christopher Kimmel. 40 seconds killed by the Panthers. It's Boltina at left defense. Lifts it out to the neutral zone. Steered ahead by Kean Stafford on the shorthand. Got by Rohr. Stafford shoots and a pad save. Rebound given up by Valdivieso. Drew Blake carries in behind the net. Rohr to the far boards, and now House goes rink wide in the center zone for Nathan Rohr to dump it in. 55 seconds remaining on the penalty to Charlie Blake for elbowing. Ahead for Stafford. Stafford skates it out of his own end, now skates in on the shorthand, angling on Valdivieso. Stafford lost it in the end. Kimmel up the left wing boards. Carried ahead by Finnegan Duty, who strides across the line. Goes rink wide with his pass. That is kicked below the goal line by Ruhr. Duty looking for a centering pass from below the goal line. Sent up the boards, but kept alive by Ardolino. Along the blue line, he strides over, shoots, and House is robbed by Weaver. House down to the goal line, circling left wing circle, picking his spot. House scores over the right shoulder of Kai Weaver on the power play. 2-1 Whalers.
Mike, I bet that's the Whalers' best power play of the year. They had 4 shots on that. Again, this is a team that's 17% on the power play, way down there, and that was really good. And House stayed with it. Weaver having a little bit trouble with those pucks going up high.
First power play goal of the season for the freshman Nathan House, his 7th goal of the year. And after giving up the game's first goal, Memorial West have come back to score 2 unanswered. An even strength goal and a power play goal each in the second period to take a 2-1 lead. 10:45 to go as that goal came at 3:58. And now Hetman shoots. Weaver able to catch that one in his breadbasket, get a whistle with 10:41 to go.
I don't know what's happened to Ridge Point's offense. I mean, they came out like gangbusters in that first period and have gone quiet about the last 7 minutes.
Here's Warren at the left point. Down the boards, Hetman. Sending pass goes all the way through. Ardolino down below the goal line for Burgess Jimenez. Looking for a centering feed. Jimenez now shoots. Weaver with a pad save. Puck is lifted back to the top of the crease. Reaching for Burgess Jimenez. Backhanded in deep as Burgess Jimenez couldn't keep it in deep. Tries a blind centering pass. That is going to be deflected to the far boards. Make it the near boards. And poked back out to center ice. Warren almost took a hit at his own blue line by Gibson. Burgess Jimenez along the right wing boards. Gains the zone. Burgess Jimenez watched by Nolan Boltina. Forced into the corner. Here comes the pass to the high slot. Warren with a wrist shot wide. 2-on-1 battle. Whalers with the advantage in the left wing corner. 9:40 to go. They continue to scrum along the left wing boards. 2-on-2 battle. Played up the near boards, but not out. Haas in to help along the half wing. Now it's the Whalers with a pass. They score! Hetman, I thought, was going to pass it to the right wing, and that one slid through, and he scores past Weaver.
I think Ridge Point thought the same thing, Mike. As Hetman, it looked like a pass initially off the stick, and it kind of snuck it in behind Weaver. Well, we're seeing all these players you don't really hear a lot about it in the point category really having good games. Hetman, he's one of the leaders, though. That's number 10.
3 straight goals scored after the Panthers got the first tally of the evening. Ridge Point has some catching up to do. Ricidi, left point, shoots. That's deflected, and it's blocked in the slot. Duty wheels with it in his own end behind the net now. He lifts one out to center ice, and Ricidi will chase after it. Ricidi looking to begin a rush. The forecheck is on. He pitches it out to center ice. It goes past Kimmel. Schmoish comes in on the forecheck. Kimmel loses his edge, gets right back up, but turns it over. Shot. Kick saved by Valdiviso. Rebound. Again, another stop by Valdiviso. They continue to scrum, and now it's the Whalers who will kick it out as Ruhr strides in across the line. Walks in deep. Ruhr behind the net. Has no help. Now looks for a centering feed. There's House with a shot and a save by Weaver. Back out to the neutral zone. 8:20 remaining. 3-1 second period. The Whalers with 3 unanswered. All scored here in the middle frame. Rink wide feed. Now the chip ahead for House. House to the top of the right wing circle. Drops it back. Ruhr, wrist shot. That goes over the catching glove and hits the glass. Another centering feed that's on target. And Weaver along the near post makes the save on Corbeil. 7 minutes gone by here in the second period. It is 3-1 with the Memorial West Whalers on top.
Well, the Whaler playmaking has been so good this period. I mean, the passing, 2-3-man passes, really good wrist shots. They don't have Horn, but the playmaking has made the difference with 3 goals in a row.
Warren 5th in the league in goals. They're missing him. He might be back on Sunday for the game against Ridge Point. Here's Warren, high slot to the side of the net, off the stick of Hetman wide. Hetman gets it back, ladled it back to Warren, but we do have a whistle as the net behind Weaver came loose.
The shots this period, Mike, 11-2 for Memorial. For the game, 19-13 for Memorial, and it shows.
Coming up in the second half of our doubleheader, battle of the two bottom teams of the South Division, 5th place Seven Lakes and 6th place Cinco Ranch. Playoffs will begin in a couple of weeks. The top two teams in each division will earn a bye. Puck to the near half boards. Blake down the boards, continued on. Stafford in the corner. Charlie Blake, pass across, that one deflected. And now Drew Blake with an open chance. That's blockered away on his shot by Valdivieso. Keep it alive in the offensive zone as Blake pokes it into the corner. Drew Blake has it behind the net. Looking for a centering pass. That's deflected into the right wing corner for Blake to ladle it back to Raja Gopal, who's operating at the point, but her pass across the blue line is picked off. Ardolino skates in on a breakaway, shoots, and a save by Weaver. Would have been Ardolino's second goal in as many games this season. We saw him score his first last week in that 6-0 shutout over Fair Creek. Now Drew Blake steers in across the line, plays it up over the shoulder of Warren, and it rolls to Valdivieso. 6:42 to play in the second period. Still 3-1 Memorial West.
You can really see the Blake Stafford line pressing. I mean, they're really trying to get it in there because they know they lose a little bit when they're not on the ice, and they're down 3-1, so they're starting to play with a little more vigor.
Almost 9 minutes gone by. Face off to the left of Valdivieso.
Yep, we got some extra skaters, 3 of them. That's a delay a game. Well, someone's got to get off.
You got 4 skaters, and now House will join the 4 Whalers. Face-off win. Valerie Cupick down the boards. Eric Gibson in deep. Played to the far boards. Now Rosidi keeps it alive. That one deflected right in the slot. And a save by Valdivieso. Didn't see who got a stick on it for Ridge Point. Up the near boards, it's Corbeil. Check that. That is Aiden Hall getting a shift here in the second period. Here comes Brendan Ryan. And that pass redirected. Oh, they score! The initial save by Valdivieso. And then Hayden Haas buries it to cut the deficit in half.
Hayden Haas. Got to go over to page 2. All the young players coming up. And once the puck gets loose, right down deep, just knock it. Try to hit it in, and that's what Haas did.
Goal number 7 for Hayden Haas at 8:52 of the second period. It is a 1-goal game.
Huge goal for Haas.
Off the draw. Kimmel at his blue line. Charlie Blake couldn't dump it in. Now has it. And he'll slide it in across the line. Duty to play it at right defense. Uses the boards. Comes to the left wing. But it's past his teammate Kimmel, who eventually gets it and floats it out the center. As it'll be taken on in by Hetman. Hetman pivots at the top of the left wing circle. Goes rink wide with his centering pass. And now Boltina. Tries a lead pass. That is chipped into the zone by Drew Blake. 5.5 to play. Centering pass, Drew Blake, nobody home. Ardolino had his stick lifted by Stafford, but he's able to force it out the center. Now Nolan Boltina waiting for teammates to tag back up. He lifts it back in. Played up the near boards, past Burgess Jimenez, kept alive by Boltina with a wrist shot. And that one deflected by Charlie Blake into the paraphernalia of Ryan Valdivieso. 5:10 remaining, second period, 3-2 game with the Whalers on top.
You can just see a pep in the step of Ridge Point after that goal. I mean, they were just shocked being down 3-1, and all of a sudden Haas brings them back to life.
Valdivieso sees his faceoff come to his left. Corbeil to Rohr, hands back to Corbeil, finds Warren at left defense. He'll skate behind the net and send it ahead for House. From right to left, here come the Whalers with Warren on the lefty forehand. Oh, his centering pass had a little too much speed behind it. Dagan shoots from the right point. It is blocked. Here comes Azarkoya for the Panthers. Striding from left to right and across the line. Canceled out there by Warren. Back comes House along the right wing. Cuts to his left. Hands back for a drop pass to Corbeil. His shot was blocked. Played up the near boards and then sent all the way the length by Schmoich, and icing is whistled against Ridge Point. 4:26 to go. Ridge Point trailing by a goal.
Now this game got really good, really fast. It's really equal at this point as Ridge Point coming on strong now. Shots are 20-17. Memorial.
One of the linesmen fell down after the faceoff. Here's Warren. His shot chipped wide into the corner by Boltina defensively. It is Nolan Boltina. Works it back out to center ice for Stafford. Sends it ahead for Charlie Blake, who tries to stick handle and dangle through a Whaler. No avail. Dagan out the center. Played back into his own end by House. Then Dagan tried to get it out to the neutral zone, but it is stopped, and there's a wrist shot that's striding in with Charlie Blake shooting from the left wing circle. Puck comes back out. Here's Jackson Gross, hot on his trail, Nathan Rohr. To the near boards and out to center ice. Drew Blake back into the offensive zone. Charlie Blake stops at the half wing wall. Pass across, goes through. Here's Drew Blake. Down the boards for Stafford. Stafford back to Drew Blake. Plays catch with Stafford. Backhander. There's a shot by Blake off the shoulder of Valdivieso. 3:20 to go. Here's House on the back check. In deep for Charlie Blake now. He tries a centering pass that goes off the side of the cage. Warren loses it. Charlie Blake. Oh, got it from Drew, but sailed it wide. Warren. Good shift in the offensive zone by Ridge Point on the forecheck. Boltina keeps it alive. Left point, long shot, sticked away by Valdivieso to the far corner. And then lifted out of play by the Whalers. In the last 2:55 of period number 2, it is a 3-2 Whaler lead.
You said it, Mike. That was the best shift of the night for Ridge Point. I mean, just constant attack, a back pass in there that almost turned into a goal. So really trying to stop things. Valdivieso did really well in that shift defensively.
2:55 remaining. The faceoff is moved down to the right of Ryan Valdivieso.
Now this is a super solid period for both teams.
Him and Lola Rubenstein are quite the goaltending tandem. Valdivieso with a 1.98 goals against average, and Lola with a 2.03 goals against. Puck sails all the way down, and Ridge Point iced the puck again. Stops the clock with 2:39 to go. Keep in mind, coming up, second half of our doubleheader, Seven Lakes and Cinco Ranch. Face-off scheduled for 7:50. We'll see if they start on time. They didn't start this game on time. Face-off win by the Whalers. Hetman in the corner. To the left wing corner. One-on-one battle there. Turning with it, Burgess Jimenez. Shielding the puck away. Has it in the right wing circle. Centering pass! And that went all the way through. Hetman was there on the doorstep. Kimmel couldn't keep the zone. And a skate race with Haas. Back to the neutral zone. Kicked by Hetman to his own blue line. And ricochets to Burgess Jimenez, who strides in. Tees up a shot. That is blocked by Rosidi. Here's a backhander by Hetman. That is stopped by Rosidi and lifted out of the neutral zone. And Brendan Ryan has it. And he goes cross corner with his dump in the last 2 minutes of the second period. Hetman along the near wall. Ahead for Nathan Rohr to chip it in, as Rosidi now will play it in left defense for the Panthers. Turned over to Hetman. Hetman to Ardolino in the corner. A pass in front, chipped wide by Hetman. And here come the Panthers, Nolan Boltina. He's in across the line. Charlie Blake was just onside as Boltina canceled out. Comes back to Ricidi with a long wrist shot and a paddle save by Valdiviso. The Whalers send it all the way down, but it won't be icing as Ardolino will get there first, and he'll shoot, and he, just missed. He had a good chance there to beat Weaver and restore a 2-goal lead. Back the other way, it's Stafford who gains the zone. On his forehand, steers in, shoots from a tough angle. Valdiviso closes the post. Ricochets out to the neutral zone with 55 seconds remaining in the second period. Boltina backhands to Stafford, who sends it in across the line. Poked ahead into the corner by Charlie Blake. Blake worked on into the corner by Kimmel. Reverses to Drew Blake, and that is lifted but not out off the backhand. Boltina steers one in on target, and another save by Valdiviso. Now back the other way, here comes Rohr. Rohr canceled out by the back check. Boltina got back defensively and leads it ahead for Charlie Blake to burrow it across the line. He got past Kimmel, and a rink wide, he scores! What a feed from Charlie Blake to Kean Stafford, who ties the game up at 3.
And Blake almost got canceled out, but he got by his defender, and they forgot about Stafford. I mean, that line is just too good. And just a matter of time, as we said, and they tied it up. What an exciting period.
Stafford's team high 28th goal of the season. This game is tied at 3. It was 1-0 Ridge Point, then 3-1 Memorial West. And now Ridge Point has responded here in the second period with 2 goals of their own to tie it up at 3. They played to a 5-5 tie back in November. And here comes Brendan Ryan. Dagan back defensively as Ryan shoots it well off target in the last 2 seconds of the second period. And we've got a great third period in store for you. Don't go anywhere. It's a 3-3 game. Memorial West and Ridge Point here on the Legacy Sports Network.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric will show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
DeRoche Partners, LLP, located in Houston and Dallas, offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
At McCree Ford, we know you have a lot of choices on where to buy your next vehicle. We have spent over 70 years treating our customers like family, and our mission is still the same, to treat you with honesty, integrity, and respect. Come see us. There is no obligation to buy, and we can walk you through our transparent process. There are no surprises at the end. Plus, McCree Ford customers can take advantage of our free Loaners for Owners program. Come see why our customers say, McCree Ford, that's my dealer. Located on I-45 South, exit 19 in Dickinson, or shop McCreeford.com.
2 periods in the books, and we've got a 3-3 game.
That second period was wild. 25 combined shots and 5 goals. And it went from 3-1 or 1-0 Ridge Point to 3-1 Memorial, then all of a sudden 3-3. Quite a bit of activity.
Valdiviso to our left and Weaver to our right. 15 more minutes. Charlie Blake got us started at 2:46 of the first period. Gave the Panthers a 1-0 lead. Then 3 straight by Rohr, House, and Hetman. And the Whalers took a 3-1 lead before Haas and Stafford scored 2 to tie it. They play behind the Whaler net to the side of the cage. Steering the centering pass that was blocked. And the puck deflected out to center ice. Ricidi turned over to House. House strides in across the line, goes rink wide with the pass. It's just out of the reach of Rohr, who was hassled by Charlie Blake. Now it is brother Drew along the right wing boards, floats it back in as Stafford had to put on his brakes to stay onside. Whalers send it all the way down. This could go for icing, and it will. 43 seconds into the third period. Don't forget, coming up, second half of our doubleheader, it'll be Cinco Ranch and Seven Lakes at 7:50 here on the LSN.
Well, the playmaking's been so good in this game. We've only had one penalty. And these are just great offenses, and nobody has had to resort to fisticuffs or anything like that. Just solid passing and shooting.
Face-off controlled. Ricidi slaps it. That's blocked. Sends it down the boards. Behind the net for Drew Blake. Hassled by Warren. He lifts the stick of Drew Blake. They continue to battle. Behind the net's Charlie Blake. Forced to go the other direction by Dagan. Reversed again to Charlie Blake. Looking for a centering feed. Holding in the right wing circle. Twisting with it past Warren. Still Charlie Blake in possession. To Kean Stafford, who scored the game-tying goal late second period with inside about 20 seconds to go. Comes to the near boards as Dagan muscles it back out the center as Ricidi goes right back in with his pass and the dump in by Charlie Blake. Behind the net it is Warren. Far boards House. Pass goes through the legs at center of House. Back into the Whaler zone. Kept alive by Drew Blake. Got it down to Stafford with a backhand centering pass. Now they battle, and that one goes in. Another tough angled centering pass that finds its way to the back of the net. And Ridge Point has the lead back. It's 4-3.
I think that's...
Well, Stafford's going to lead the high five, so unless it comes back to suggest in the score sheet that it wasn't Stafford, we'll credit him the goal.
I think that one just got under the pads of Valdiviso and rolled in. Bad break for Memorial.
Ridge Point has their first lead since the first period when they were up 1-0. They gave up 3 straight. Now they've scored 3 straight to take a 4-3 lead. Plenty of time remaining in this one, just underway. Third period, Michael Silvers and David Feliciano with you. Arlino shoots on target from the neutral zone. Weaver had a bit of trouble with it, but the Whalers have to recoil in their own end after the Panthers clear it to center ice. And now Brendan Ryan walks in across the line, shoots just wide of the catching glove of Valdiviso. Steered in deep. Duty will battle along with Brendan Ryan. Duty wins that battle and outlets to center ice with Ardolino. Ardolino will carry across the line. Sends a centering pass that gets past the stick of Burgess Jimenez. Now Hetman on the forecheck, and we've got a whistle. And interference will be called. We'll see if it's an offensive zone penalty on the Whalers.
I think Rajagapo got knocked over, and it's on Burgess Jimenez.
Offensive zone penalty on Ridge Point, it's actually going to be on Rohr, number 7.
Oh, okay.
Third period, interference to call at 3:45, check it, 2:45 of this third period. So this is the first power play for Ridge Point. It's brought to you by Mr. Electric. We have the power to make things better. Shot from the point deflected just wide, and it looks like Memorial West is going to even things up with an offensive zone penalty that'll be called on Ridge Point. So much for the power play.
Yeah, it's going to be open ice for a while.
Charlie Blake goes back.
That's 2 for him. Have a little 4-on-4 action. These are always fun.
Not sure if that was boarding or roughing, but regardless, it's 4-on-4 for 152, and Memorial West would get a very abbreviated power play out of this. So they skate 4-on-4 from right to left. Here comes Drew Blake shooting from distance, and Valdiviso makes the easy save. 3:05 gone by here in the third. 4-3 Panthers.
Well, this situation obviously is going to benefit Ridge Point. They got their fast line in there with Blake and Stafford. So it's watch for them. Turn up the heat.
4-on-4 hockey for another minute 35. Behind the net, comes out in front, and it's a save as Stafford is stopped by Valdiviso.
The Whalers got to be careful here.
11:48 to go. Face off to the left of Valdiviso. Off the tie-up. Comes back up top for Boltina. He shoots one that's blocked in the slot by Dagan and outletted ahead for Corbeil. Corbeil taken off the play by Drew Blake. Backhanded ahead by Stafford, who steers in on goal. Stafford, backhander. Valdiviso says no.
Whew.
What a save by Ryan Valdiviso.
Stafford tried to juke him, and Valdiviso probably his best save of the night. He covered him up before the juke could be completed. Oh, this is going to be really tight the next minute and 20 seconds or so.
1:13 left of 4-on-4. Face-off victory for the Whalers. But turned over deep. Drew Blake hit by Warren, but Warren stays down.
Ooh.
His stick went flying. Warren still on all fours behind the Whaler net as Valdiviso goes and chases after his stick, and Warren still struggling to get up.
I think Warren went right down on his hip.
Now, nobody out to attend to Andrew Ward from the Memorial West bench, and out comes acting head coach Taylor Mullen. Warren trying to stretch whatever out to try to get himself back up to 2 feet. He's still on all fours.
I don't think he was hit. I think he fell over pretty hard, and he's still struggling there.
Now he's laying down on his stomach. This isn't good. I mean, he's moving, so that's obviously good, but he's just having a tough time getting up. It looks like he's grabbing his right calf. We're not doctors, so we don't want to speculate, but right now he's still just laying on the ice. Right now we've got 3:40 gone from the third period. It's a 4-3 Ridge Point lead. They led this game 1-0. Then they fell behind 3-1. They've scored the game's last 3 goals. Then have a 4-3 lead as now Warren is up on 2 feet, 2 skates. He's got his right skate lifted off the ice, and he'll be helped to the bench by head coach Taylor Mullen. He's not putting any weight on the right leg at all.
In a lot of pain. Unfortunate.
It's a young man who's got 4 goals, 8 assists this season. This is just his 8th game of the year. Came in only playing 7 of the 17 games for the Whalers.
Got a lot of points in 7 games.
Whalers have a 5-game winning streak. Riding on this one. Ridge Point have won their last 4. Still 105 of 4-on-4 hockey. As they will look at Warren on the bench. His night might be done. Wouldn't be surprised at all if his night is done.
Well, this has turned into a really solid game. This is what we expected. I mean, these are among the 2 best teams in the league, and it's been ultra competitive.
Offensive zone draw for the Panthers. Controlled by the Whalers. Corbeil. A lead pass to Nathan Rourke. Rourke taken off the play from behind. It's a delayed offside. Rourke touches up. Faceoff comes out to center ice with 52 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4.
And I think in that break, Ridge Point went with their next line, so the Blake Stafford line down on the ice.
Haas took the faceoff, and now he will drive in across the line. Haas to the slot, circles and shoots wide. Falls down and slides to the near boards after he took the shot. Here comes Corbeil with speed. Stick handling across the line. Almost lost the handle, shoots, it's blocked by Boltina, and it dribbles to Weaver. 30 seconds remaining on 4-on-4 hockey, 10:45 for the game. It is 4-3 Panthers. A win tonight by Ridge Point would put them 2 behind Memorial West for second place in the South Division, with an impending matchup against the league's best Straight Jesuit Crusaders on Sunday morning at 9:30. Here comes Drew Blake. He's hassled from behind by Kimmel. Has it in the corner, circles with it, kicks it towards Valdivieso, who paddles it away. Now a wraparound bid, and Valdivieso had to look behind him, but he's able to sit on it. And Drew Blake denied by the sophomore netminder. 13 seconds to go on the 4-on-4.
That puck was sitting on the ice about 3 inches from the goal line, and Valdivieso closed the pads just in time.
2 of the hottest teams in the league, not named Straight Jesuit. Here's Boltina with a wrist shot, paddled away to the corner by Valdivieso. And Boltina couldn't keep it alive at the left point. He's got a recall back in his own end. 4-on-4 is over. Out of the box comes Rohr, and it's a very brief Mr. Electric power play for the Whalers. And out of the box comes Charlie Blake. Skate 5 aside, a slap shot. That went off the stick hard by Drew Blake. But he didn't get all of it. Charlie Blake on the backhand, left it to the side of the net. And there's a shot, they score. The loose puck, and Stafford has a hat trick as he buries it. And it is 5-3 Panthers.
And he's got a consecutive hat trick. Last 3 goals are all his. They were down 3-1. 4 in a row now for the Panthers. And then that was at full strength, Mike. All that 4-on-4 stuff amounted to nothing.
30 goals for Kean Stafford this season. So that's 16 more to go to catch the league leader, Ryan Kaufman of Cy Woods.
Wow.
That's 46 coming into this weekend. Corbeil has it poked off his stick and back out the center. Duty regroups. Goes rink wide with his pass, then turned over in the Panther zone. Back out to center ice. Haas battling for it. Here come the Whalers. Here's Christopher Kimball. Puts on the brakes. Left wing circle. Ladled it back to the point for Rohr. Rohr, his feed was blocked. Ryan tries to spring a teammate. He ends up lifting it in to the corner as Haas will come burrowing in on the forecheck. Turned back by Duty. Turned over to Ryan. Played it down the boards. Puck is hopping all over the place, and it's kicked back out the center. Gross hands it over to Boltina, who shoots in. Kimmel up the far boards. It's blocked. Kept alive by Haas along the half wing, then lifted out to the neutral zone to be carried across the red line by House. And he gains the zone. Shoots. It's punched away by Weaver. Rohr in the corner. Stood up by Gross. Up the far boards. But couldn't clear the zone. Kept alive by Kimmel. Shot it wide. Here's Boltina. Along the near boards, he floats it off the backhand out the center ice. Duty, rink wide with his pass. Rohr tries to stride in, caught up in traffic. It's kept alive in the neutral zone by the Whalers. Duty holding in his own end. Flips it to the right wing for House. House off the boards. Just got it by Hayden Haas. Ricochets middle of the ice for Ridge Point to play it in their own end. And they get it out to center ice, where it is lifted just into the Whalers zone by Gibson. He turns around, heads back to the bench for a change. Stafford put a hit on. And now here's Charlie Blake with a centering pass. That ricochets behind the net. Still Charlie Blake working against Burgess Jimenez. A centering pass, and the shot goes wide. Back comes to Stafford. He wrist one just off target. 7:35 to go. It is 5-3 Ridge Point. They led this game 1-0, then fell behind 3-1. They've scored the last 4 to have a 5-3 lead here in the third period. As we're just over halfway through. Charlie Blake steers in. Puck stopped away from him defensively on the back check by Nathan Rohr. Here comes Kimmel with a full head of steam. Puts on the brakes at the red line. Cuts wide to his right. Lifts it to the near boards, and now in a skate race. He goes shoulder to shoulder with Drew Blake. Now it's Kean Stafford. He gains the zone. Goes up top for Ricidi to shoot. His shot is blocked by Burgess Jimenez. Now from left to right. He comes across the line. Motors, and that one Goes off of Boltina into the corner. He's got a full head of steam. Gets by the forechecking Ardolino. Boltina looking to get it to a teammate. Goes off his stick. Now Drew Blake comes in offside with 8:19 gone by here in the third. 5-3 Panthers.
Coming up on the home stretch here. In this period, Ridge Point 6 shots. Memorial only 1. For the game, it's 30-21 in shots for Ridge Point. They're up on the scoreboard, obviously, 5-3.
Face-off out at center, just outside of the Whalers zone. Ozerkoya lost it in the slot. Hetman has a hard time playing the puck. Schmoish down low. Ozerkoya wheels with one, and it comes all the way out to the top center point for Ricidi to play it there. And he backhands it into the corner for Schmoish. Ozerkoya tries to station himself up front, but he's got a sizable disadvantage on the defenseman Dagan. In the slot, it's Dagan who controls. To the near boards. Out of the reach of Aiden Hall. Now Boltina skates, shoots. Valdiviso gives up a rebound. Boltina slaps one. A save by Valdiviso. Ozerkoya slapping at it. Then it's lifted out to center ice. 9 minutes gone by. Ricidi. And it goes off the stick of Nathan Ruhr at center ice and into the penalty box. No one occupying the penalty box. Only 3 penalties combined by these two teams. It is 5-3 Panthers. A win tonight gives them 5 in a row. It breaks the 5-game winning streak of Memorial West, and it sends the Panthers to just 2 points behind second place Memorial West in the South Division standings. Can they hold on? Gibson shoots. Pad save. Rebound. Valdiviso with another save on Brendan Ryan. Out to Ricidi. Down in the corner. Whalers will stride out with it. Dagan outlets to Ardolino. Comes in across the line. On his backhand, he centers behind Burgess Jimenez. Ryan gets it at center ice, and here comes a 2-on-1 with Haas. Ryan on the forehand, slides it over to Haas. He couldn't get a shot off. Ryan waited to the last possible second to center it, and Haas just couldn't get enough on it. Into the corner, Burgess Jimenez will carry the side of his net. Up for Hetman, back to Burgess Jimenez with 10 minutes gone by. Burgess Jimenez strides in on Weaver, backhand, score! Burgess Jimenez has cut the Whaler deficit to 1.
We talked about him in back first and second periods. He's really taken up the slack for Horn. He went end to end, Mike, and a dangle, and that's a huge goal. They had to have something to get this thing close in under 5 minutes, and Burgess Jimenez does it.
Time of the goal, 10:09. The lead is now 1. Here comes Charlie Blake, looking to get that lead back to 2. He shoots. Did he go in?
Looks like it.
He got it. Charlie Blake has just given Ridge Point their 2-goal lead back as he beats Valdiviso. Referees were late getting towards the goal to see if that one went in, and we couldn't tell from our vantage point. But now it is 6-4, and the immediate response by Charlie Blake, his second goal of the game, and the Panther lead is back to 2.
That lasted all of about 10 seconds.
Exactly 10 seconds,
wow.
Dave.
That's tough for the Whalers.
4:41 remaining. Boltina chases after the puck in his own end. Around to the far boards. Lifted out to center ice, past the chip stick of Stafford. And he puts a hit on Duty in the corner. In down low, Charlie Blake. Whaler down on his backside. That was Corbeil. And back come the Whalers. Stymied in the neutral zone in a stalemate. And now Corbeil strides in across the line, shoots. That was redirected onto her own goaltender by Rajagopal. Less than 4 minutes to go. Lead pass to Drew Blake. Play is onside. Charlie Blake. He's got 2 goals tonight. Hat trick for Kean Stafford. At least we believe it's a hat trick. We don't get the official scoring all the way across on this side of the ice. Henley out on the ice for the Whalers. This might be his first shift. Steering away with it, Burgess Jimenez. He's the owner of the last Whaler goal, which at the time cut the deficit to 1. He's into the offensive zone, and he's taken off on the play. Back come the Panthers. Good pass to Stafford. He steers across the line. On the forehand, he scores! 7-4, Ridge Point.
That'll be the capper, I believe. As Stafford got loose, and again, everybody's aiming high, and it's working. Well, that first line is just, what a night for them. Stafford, 4 goals. Blake has 2. And we don't even know about the assists of these guys. I mean, it's just a lot of points with that first line.
Off the tie-up. Dumped in by Schmoish. Petman plays it up the boards, around to the near side. Outlet into the center, House to Ardolino, who floats it in. Ardolino puts Rosidi into the boards. Schmoish comes away with the puck and works it free. Out past the outstretched stick of Hetman. Dagan recoiling in his own end. 2:35 remaining in regulation. 3-goal lead for Ridge Point. The Whalers playing without their top scorer, Nathan Horn, who came in 5th in the league in goals. Ridge Point has no business to sympathize, as they have put 7 on the Whalers. They trailed this game 3-1 before coming back and storming to a 7-4 lead. 2 minutes to go. Boltina has to recoil. Waits for his team to tag up. Circles back to his own blue line. Here comes Boltina. Motors in across the line, and the play is whistled offside with 1:53 to go in tonight's game. The Interscholastic Hockey League is a production of the Legacy Sports Network and Max Sports TV. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Legacy Sports Network and Max Sports TV is strictly prohibited. Face off out of the zone. Here comes Corbeil for Ruhr. Canceled out by Boltina. Sent back into the Whaler end. Valdiviso out of his crease. Plays it, but it's turned over. Here's Gibson shooting. Valdiviso gives up a rebound. Now Ryan with a centering pass, stuck at the top of the crease. And the Whalers swipe it out of danger in the last 90 seconds. Coming in on the forecheck, Amadov getting a late shift here for the Whalers. That'll be carried out by Boltina. Hit from behind by Ruhr. Boltina shoots in. 1:10 to go. Here comes Finnegan Duty racing up the middle of the ice. Looking for teammates to join him. It's Duty cutting to his left, shooting wide past the catching glove of Weaver. Last minute to go. Here comes Brendan Ryan. Works it across the line. Forehand wrist shot. Punched away by Valdiviso. Up the near boards, kept alive. Stafford, left point, shoots it off target. Keeping it alive in the Whalers zone. Comes back out to center. Turned over at the blue line. Here's Nathan Ruhr, who hands it back for Finnegan Duty, who turned it over. As Stafford, looking for goal number 5, tries a dangle move, and he is hit in the slot, pays a big price. But Kimmel's going to go for roughing. 26.5 seconds to go.
Yeah, Stafford was aiming for just under the double hat trick. Would have been his 5th. Impressive way to come back for Ridge Point. 6 goals to 1 after that 3-1 deficit.
We're not done yet. Coming up next, it'll be Seven Lakes and Cinco Ranch. Looks like it's Seven Lakes senior night. Senior night for Ridge Point for the 3 celebrating seniors, and they're going to celebrate with a 7-4 win. Now make it 8-4 as Drew Brake scores on the power play. 8 for Ridge Point.
Everybody in that line has a goal tonight.
That is the 24th power play goal for the league's best power play. They are lethal with the man advantage. Last 13 seconds of this one tonight. Drew Blake with another shot from the right wing circle. Valdiviso makes the save. Final 5 seconds of our first game tonight. Here's Drew Blake spinning with it in the corner. Floats a centering pass that goes off the right pad of Valdiviso. And this game has gone final with the final score, Ridge Point 8, Memorial West 4. Dave and I will be back to wrap it up after these messages on the Legacy Sports Network.
What's in a name? A name can tell you a lot about a company. Take First Community Credit Union, for example. First Community Credit Union is just a better place to bank. They serve the families and businesses in the Houston, Katy, and Fort Bend communities. They take pride in the name First and want to be the one you look to, well, first, because they've been a leader in the financial community for the past 50 years. With services like free checking, free bill pay, and a free Visa check card, as well as great rates on auto, mortgage, equity loans, and credit cards. First Community Credit Union promises to make a first-rate financial difference in your life. Find out why FCCU is just a better place to bank. Think First. First Community Credit Union. See what your friends, co-workers, and neighbors have been keeping a secret all these years. For more information, go online to fccu.org or call 281-856-5300 today.
Are you ready to restart your path to wellness? At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, the most common goals that we hear from our new guests are losing weight, increasing energy, improving sleep, and increasing mental focus and clarity. Most importantly, people want off the prescription medications and to get back to a healthy and balanced life naturally. Are these your health goals too? Let us help you take charge of your health and wellness, just as we're helping thousands of others every day. Get off the meds and on to wellness naturally. Let our doctors, nurses, nutritionists, and wellness coaches carefully craft the healthy life you've imagined. Feel better, look better, live better. Visit HWC.com to learn more or call us at 281-698-8698. Mention this ad and receive 2 of Dr. Hotze's best-selling books free with your consultation. 281-698-8698. That's 281-698-8698 or Hotze, HWC.com.
Final score here from the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center. The Ridge Point Panthers 8 and the Memorial West Whalers 4 with the win. Memorial West now only has a 2-point lead over Ridge Point in the South Division. Ridge Point improves to 11-5-2, 24 points. The loss by the Whalers ends a 5-game winning streak as they fall to 12-4-2 and stay in second place with 26 points.
And Ridge Point, depending on what Klein does tonight, Ridge Point, the leading goal-getters in the league, they just put points on the board. They average 6 a game. They got 8. They got all 8 of those goals in only 2 periods, Mike.
That does it for game number 1. Coming up next, it's the Seven Lakes Spartans on their senior night and the Cinco Ranch Cougars. So stay tuned for that. Final score, the Ridge Point Panthers 8, the Memorial West Whalers 4. For David Feliciano and our entire crew, this is Michael Silver saying so long from the Sugarland Ice and Sports Center.